Hey guys! Welcome back to another episode of Take Her Microwave, where our opinions are often off script, but always on brand. It's your girl, your co-host, Macy Craft. Thank you guys so much for coming back and joining us for another week full of yapping. And yes, I said us, okay? As you know, I'm kicking off the show as Shania gets us started in the control room. We appreciate her so much. We love her. But anyways, we have a great show for y'all tonight, as always. Y'all already know, as always, there's so much to talk about. I know I say that every week, but guys, like, these events, these things have not slowed down, not even a little bit, which is good, because I was a little bit worried because, you know, it's not football season, but hey. Last week, we celebrated our USC women's basketball team beating UCLA, and this week, oh, how the tables have turned. But hey, I haven't lost any confidence in them. But the tables have turned. We'll get into the details. Don't you worry. But in other news, the NFL has had a crazy offseason. I'm telling you, I knew as soon as Patrick Mahomes didn't get that ring, things were going to change. They were going to try to shake things up. We were going to learn a lot in this offseason. So I'm not shocked, but I am excited. And we're definitely going to talk about it. The trades have been crazy. And we discussed last week, we got into it a little bit with the free agencies and everything. And it hasn't slowed down. Every time I open my timeline this week, I'm telling you guys, I said, who? Huh? What? It's definitely going to be exciting. We're going to talk a few of them. There's way too much to talk all, but, you know, we'll make some side comments. You know how Janai and I get. We're probably going to talk about it because, you know, we struggle a little bit to stay on topic, but it's okay. That's what you're here for, the realness. Before we dive in, I just want to give a special welcome to those of you that are tuning in for the first time today. If you don't know, this show covers all things sports and culture, from college sports to professional, pop culture, and everything in between, y'all. We got you, whatever we really want to talk about. But as always, don't forget to let us know what you're thinking in the chat below. Janai's always got it pulled up. I'm going to try to get it pulled up. My computer's a little bit slow, but we will reply, okay? So leave some comments, as always. And if you're watching this after the fact, feel free to still leave some comments, you guys, because we're going to look at them and we can address them then or later.
Respond.
Oh,
quickly.
I was good. Oh.
Soon as y'all post, we're on it.
Where'd the sunglasses come?
I actually found these outside, so.
I was like, oh, it took her a bit. I just saw her leave, but.
Welcome back. Oh,
someone really didn't want
who
you to
was
speak
in here
today.
You know, we gotta pull up the behind the scenes footage and see.
They know exactly where you sit.
Jay Nizzle's back. Yeah, clap it up. Y'all see the bling? Yeah, whoever these are, you ain't getting them back.
This is proof. Y'all could take her to jail.
No, just kidding.
What brand are those?
I don't even know. Fly. Speaking of fly, I mean, I didn't want to talk about this first, but you know, since it just happened, Jets, fly, Justin Fields.
Good.
A lot has happened. A lot. Like, it feels like it's been 2 weeks, but it's only been 7 days.
And I said, wait a minute.
What? Like, and it's not over. And Aaron Rodgers is still not on the team yet. I know everybody's like, please, take him off the map so we don't have to.
No, they're like, please, just stay home. Just give it up.
And you know, he don't have no leverage. What can he argue? Oh, I'm Aaron Rodgers. Years ago, I had great seasons.
I'm sorry. When you get hurt the first game, you got to give it up.
He has no leverage. I mean, you can talk about history, but basically, he's anybody's puppet.
I'm like, there's too many new, like, rookies and too many great quarterbacks in the league for
young.
You to still.
She's not saying it, but I will.
Yeah,
young.
Sorry, old heads, but I'm like, y'all got to know when to give it up. It's over, and that's okay.
The only team that's left... Wait, I heard he's talking to the Steelers.
I heard that too. I don't want to hear that.
Oh, brother. Anyways, Justin Fields. No,
yeah. Yeah.
Do you think he can change the Jets organization around?
I hate when people get someone and they're like, it's your job to fix everything.
Thank you.
That's my biggest pet peeve in the world. And I feel bad for him in particular because I'm like, okay, you started off with the Bears.
No O-line Bears.
Literally. Then you jump to the Steelers and said, okay, you get here, learn from us. They really, they didn't really give you an opportunity.
4-2.
Literally.
And then said, benched
Literally,
for no reason.
But
Literally,
we're gonna go with him
for no reason.
Literally, and now they said, okay, you get an organization where you can start. This can be yours, but good luck. Good luck, because I'm like, you're giving him like crumbs, and then saying build. Like, they're pushing that. His old teammate. They're like, he's back with his old teammate. The chemistry.
They love doing that. I can't lie. I feel like it's more of a social media thing.
No, for sure. But I'm like, and what else? And what else is he gonna do with that?
No, that's real.
I'm like, if that was me, I would have said, why are y'all like, oh, he's gonna save us? I would have said, don't get your hopes up.
Right?
Okay? I'm like, I don't even know.
I think it's outrageous, like, that people expect. First of all, I'm not trying to be rude, but it's Justin Fields. Like,
you don't like Justin Fields?
I think he was a great quarterback in college, but so far,
I don't feel like he's been given a fair chance, so I can't really judge him.
That's fair.
I'm like, he keeps getting crumbs, and I'm like,
I mean, I don't think he can change the organization, but I'm shocked. They had the 7th pick. Everybody was saying Shedeur.
No, literally.
Wow.
They said, no thanks.
Wow. I don't know. I mean, look, you can do a lot with pick 7. And now if you're saying, okay, we don't want none of the quarterbacks, we're going to choose Justin Fields. Okay. So what's your move?
I don't
What's your move?
I think this is great for Justin Fields. I don't know if it's great for the organization, but I'm like, this is really your opportunity to turn up. You've been looking for this top spot.
Yeah. If he doesn't deliver, then we can finally say, I mean, not finally, people have been saying it, but you can say like, okay, he's not a good quarterback.
No, I agree. This is really his make or break moment.
Yeah. I do think I don't know. I feel weird. Like, the Jets, I mean, they need help everywhere though. Like, they have 7 picks, I think, overall. So, what can you do with them? They need to make something else shake.
Yeah, okay. After they get their picks in, if they get all if they didn't use them right, then I'll say, you know what, maybe we should lay off Justin.
Yeah.
But if they are, using them right, then I'm gonna say, y'all. I mean, what they were like 3 and what?
I don't even remember how bad they were. I can pull it up.
It's not that hard.
Yeah, he can win. 4 and 2. He can win at least 5 games.
Literally, I'm like, you just can't be worse than last year. I'm sorry, that's really what it is. I don't remember what they were, but I know
Google's giving me problems.
It is today.
Okay, 3 and no.
Oh yeah, so
4 and 12. Goodness gracious! All he has to do is win 5. I do think I forgot who said this. Someone said like it's a Band-Aid because they're only signing him for 2 years. Mm-hmm. So they say, okay, let's give you this year, see how you do. Next year, that second year, if you're tanking, at least we have like only 2 years. We can pick somebody else in that draft. And only $30 million, which is crazy to say only, but compared to what people are getting these days,
what was he getting before? It's my thing.
I mean, it was like 1 year, $20 million. But I feel like the other quarterbacks, Dak, $60 million, and then Sam Darnold,
$100 million. You haven't proved anything.
I do agree.
So I'm like, if you put me out there for 2 years and said $30 million, I'm gonna do my damn thing. I'm gonna say, okay.
He has to. I do think it's make or break.
And it's guaranteed. You could get out there and do nothing. Give the ball to the other team. And they say, we still gotta pay him.
I'm just nervous because,
nervous.
Garrett Wilson, I don't know. We'll see.
He'll be, what can he do? All he can do is make sure he's straight.
Yeah.
My thing is, even if you watch ball, it's like the same thing with Caleb, how they were like, they're trash. They're absolutely trash. But it was like, realistically, Caleb didn't have a terrible season.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I feel like if you put up the numbers, people who watch ball are going to be like, it's really not him. It's going to be pretty obvious.
No, if you look at Justin Fields' numbers, they're bad. But I do think if you look at what he had around him, context is important.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. For Caleb, I do think, like we said on the show before, like, his numbers were bad. Most sacked quarterback.
Literally.
Rookie season. You can give him all the weapons in the world. If you don't have a good O-line, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. He really wasn't. They were like, he broke this record. He did this. I said, Bears, you should be.
I didn't even see it. I'm like, what? Where are the records?
No, for some reason, I get all the little like mini posts that have like 4 likes. And I'm like,
wow.
I built this brick by brick.
I love those comments. I do think it's a better move than DK because I do think the Jets desperately needed a quarterback. Yeah. And I understand, like, if you weren't sold on Shedeur for whatever reason, whatever reason, then okay, if you were more sold on another player, it does make sense. Like, out of who's left, Justin Fields over Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he just left. But, like, Sam Darnold took, Matt Stafford re-signed. Like, okay, Justin Fields. And if you're not sold on none of these quarterbacks in the draft, he's your best bet.
I kind of get it. I'm like, I don't really think, like, choosing him over, like, you know, Shador for, like, you know, like,
maybe
like,
they don't want to bank on a rookie.
Yeah, but it's also like you only signed him for 2 years. You said, let's see how you're doing. So clearly you're willing to, you know, give a little, take a little.
What if they still sign Shador?
Someone was saying that, and I was like, that's gonna be. I know Justin's gonna cry because you're constantly in this position where you have to fight.
And I'm not gonna lie, as much.
Is he short?
Like, no, Justin Fields is tall. He's 6'3", but he's like a true 6'3". He's 26. He's young. I was going to say, as much slack as we give him, he's 26. Like, that's very young. So, okay, they give him 2 years. He could potentially, I'm not saying he's going to change the franchise because
he's not.
He's below average statistically. But I will say, like, if he does well enough, maybe, you know, give him a second chance. But if they bring in Shador and they're like, you learn from Justin learned from Tyrod, I know Justin's like, this can't be real.
I just think it's crazy that the Jets are like sitting here like, oh yeah, let's do this and this, as if you guys haven't been trash forever. It's like,
I saw it 15 years, no playoffs.
Like, I'm like,
15.
So realistically, let's not think of 1-2 players gonna come in here and change everything up. Y'all gotta rebuild for real. Don't be stupid.
Scrap. But this makes sense why I think you can't rebuild. Let's be serious. It's been few times you can't rebuild with a rookie quarterback. Maybe that's why they're like, we're going to put pieces here, think long term, like the 49ers. They cleaned house.
No, they did. I saw the little graphic with everybody on it. I said,
literally, my all of my ESPN notifications today.
And what they won a Super Bowl 3 years ago, was it?
No, they made it.
Or they made it to the
back
Super Bowl.
to back.
Yes. So like, they really said, forget y'all.
Cleaned house. But I saw it's because they want to pay Brock Purdy.
Still? I mean, I guess
How much is he begging for? How much?
No, literally.
It can't be
y'all
worth
let
it.
His head get
it
too
can't
big.
be worth it. I understand you pay the players, you pay the skill players, but if you don't have money left over to get good people and you're just getting scraps.
Matter.
Okay.
I don't get that.
Speaking of scraps, I don't like the DK trade. I don't like it.
Why not?
I don't. Okay. I'm going to remove my,
your bias.
Ravens fan. Exactly. Yeah. The Steelers they're never good. Like, they're just good enough. They make it to the playoffs, and that's it. They just make it. Everybody always knows, like, okay, the Steelers are going to get there, but that's it. They're not going further than just getting there. It's like, I can't count how many times they get knocked out first round. And, okay, DK is a star. He's going to put money in the stadium because of fans. He has a big name, big build. Everybody knows big body, that one muscle photo of him. But realistically, he's not, and I know if you're thinking long-term, okay, but he's not changing anything anytime soon. They need an O-line. They need a defense. They haven't, sorry to curse, they haven't made, actually it's Ramadan. They haven't made anything shake since Ben Roethlisberger. They tried with Kenny Pickett, failed. Okay, Russ and Justin, I don't know why they did that, failed. You think DK is going to, in the next 2-3 years, change something?
I feel like this is just for hype.
It has to be.
Because I'm like, everyone's excited about it. I feel like it's going to get them more
It's just
views.
for money.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, you just said, they've been trying and they haven't been getting there. Maybe they're like, maybe it's team spirit. They're like, this is just what we need. Maybe they can rally around these guys.
Okay, they need a star.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
And I'm like, but also I'm seeing all these videos and I'm like, this is 2 crash outs. Now,
oh yeah,
I'm like,
you know, they say the AFC North is the YN division of the league.
No, I am curious because they were like, who's gonna get that number? I said, realistically, I feel like, okay, see, you're the problem. I feel like Pickens, you're there, you had it, but I'm like, I would let someone. How about you go pay me for this jersey? I would, but I'm excited to see them play together. I'm like, right now, who's gonna throw to them? Because are y'all re-signing Russ? What are y'all doing?
If they don't re-sign Russ,
someone said, oh yeah, they're looking at Aaron Rodgers. I'm not watching that.
Oh my gosh,
I'm not freaking.
If Aaron Rodgers becomes a Steeler, I will laugh with my whole chest.
Like you literally just got DK, and then you said, okay, how can we mess this up?
Like,
don't get Aaron. Please don't do that. Please.
And I get it. Russ is his former teammate, but if we're thinking long term, you got to get another.
Yeah,
wonder what pick they have.
I feel like if you're getting Russ, you're trying to. I mean,
you're not thinking of your future.
Yeah, you're like, okay, we got to win within the next few years.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
short term for sure.
But I'm like, who comes after that? But maybe they don't care. They said this is really our prime years right here. But I'm like, please don't get here and waste DK and George Pickens.
21st pick in the draft. I can't tell you 21 good quarterbacks in this draft
I was about to say,
at all.
There aren't.
So they're definitely going to invest in, I hope, defense. Hopefully O-line.
I need one of y'all quarterbacks to make a slick comment real quick. Just so you drop a little bit.
They need defense, O-line, and then I just think they need more help. Running back, poor Najee Harris, but running back, and I get it though. Like, you can't just do hairball with one good wide receiver. You need, a little couple of, as we said last week, dogs. But it's just like, DK, I'm not sold on this. Like, I think long term, sure, if you put pieces around him. Right now, it's going to be the same BS.
No, I agree. They don't have the rest of the pieces right now, so it's looking a little funky. However, I need to see who their quarterback is.
Oh, for sure. If it's Aaron, yeah, I'm laughing.
I'm not watching. I'm
Another
not watching that.
year of.
I'm gonna watch the first game, and if they don't ball out, I'm not watching anymore.
That.
I'm literally not.
A meme?
Yes.
I can't think of an analogy, but it's like putting. Bro, my mom would say this all the time. You spray when you don't shower, and then you just take perfume and spray it on yourself, even though you stink underneath. Yes.
That's what this is like.
Literally. Like,
no, I agree.
You stink. Bro, no, let's be so serious. Nobody wants to say it. The Steelers, they borderline suck. Like, borderline. Okay. Like, come on. They just make it, but they don't do anything else. And the only saving grace they have is Mike Tomlin. They be every year parading around the stat. Mike Tomlin has taken the Steelers to the playoffs, and then they just add the next year. But that's it. Like, after a certain point, the organization got to be like, Mike, we not doing nothing.
Yeah, so recruit better. Get some better guys.
Or, I think it is hard to come by great coaches.
No, for sure.
But
I'm like, he coaching Bubs.
I can smell the stench underneath the perfume. You know, in Rome, they didn't have toilet paper.
Ew.
They would use like a communal loofah and pass it around in the baths, in the common baths. This is what this is like. Communal loofah.
This is disgusting. It's basically what you say. This is vile.
Communal loofah getting passed around.
So DK is a communal loofah getting passed around. That's insane.
Wait, hold up.
That's what she said.
Wait.
That's what she said.
I think the organization is the loofah. There's a bunch of them though like this. Like the Jets every year. They're just confused. You're not banking on them. The Giants.
Like, realistically, to make it to the playoffs and to, be, like, iffy, I mean, that's a pretty good accomplishment.
But, like, if you want to win, they don't even go to the AFC North Championship
that's true.
game. They just.
And maybe with DK, they can.
Let's see who that QB is, as you said, because
that'll make the most of the
difference. I'm not convinced.
Just a hater.
I mean, speaking of hater, one of the most famous haters, Stephen A. I don't think he's always a hater though. I just think that's showbiz, clips, showbiz. Yeah, it's his personality
for sure
for the show.
I like him.
He said some things, and LeBron, our LeGoat, LeGlorious King, 50K points in his 40s. LeBron.
Is he in the room? What are you glazing?
It's interesting because LeBron didn't post anything. He didn't tweet anything. He just handled it on site. Yeah. But obviously we don't know what was really said.
I know, because Stephen A. was beating around the bush. I said, what did he say?
There was a lip reading thing,
I did see that,
and they said, keep my son's name out your effing mouth. I saw one that said, F around and find out. We don't really know what he said. But the lip reading things, whatever. We did talk about this a couple weeks ago. Stephen A. essentially said, I'm coming to you as a father. Like, and this is before, mind you, Bronny he got better. He got better. Before he was 19 points, him crossing up IT in the G League, which is sad to say, Isaiah Thomas in the G League. But before then, which we all were like, this nepotism is something that nobody else would get. Bronny's being able to play in both, but he's not doing well in the NBA. Whatever. It's neither here or there. We're focusing on LeBron confronting Stephen A. Was it, I don't want to say wrong because I feel like that's opinion based, but do you think Stephen A. was in the wrong, I guess, to critique Bronny so outwardly? Do you think anything he said was like, okay, you crossed the line? And then do you think LeBron could have handled it privately? Because I feel like there's a lot of questions around this scenario.
See, here's the thing. When I was listening to him say a lot of the stuff, the vibe I got was he was saying that by letting him kind of like piggyback and play in both, it's not fair in a way. But beyond it not being fair, because life isn't fair, who cares? Right. It was mostly like you're making him look worse because they post, all these stats like, oh, Bronny had 20 points in the G League. Then he gets to Lakers and he had 2 points. He plays for 10 minutes or so. Yeah. And it's kind of like it's making him look worse. People don't know if he's a really good player. And in a sense, I get that because that's exactly how I felt. I was like, I get getting him the experience, okay? Yeah. But I'm like, it does in a way make him look kind of wishy-washy. So I'm like, I don't disagree with him saying that. I think it's hard to hear people critique your kids. So I'm not shocked that he told Stephen A. something. I like that he didn't do it publicly because I think this could have gotten nasty real quick. Yeah. But I'm like, I don't think Stephen A. crossed a line. I think he even said, he was like, I wasn't even talking about Bronny because he actually celebrated Bronny saying like, oh, he could be really good. Yeah. But he said as a father. Yeah. He was like, very clear. Yeah. And I think men also don't like when you try to like be like, oh, I'm a father. Yeah. Father. Yeah. This is how I would have done it. People don't like that. They don't like you critiquing their parenting. So I feel like that's really what it stemmed from more than like critiquing Bronny, because Bronny's gonna get critiqued. You put yourself in that light, people are gonna talk about you. Also, can't stop LeBron everybody. James' son. Literally, they're going to compare. Literally. And I'm like, people are already glazing him. Be so for real, like they love him. So I'm like, I really just think it was like the father thing, which I kind of get, but we don't know if Bronny's embarrassed. Bronny could be like, I'm living a good life. My dad. You would never know. Literally, he's saying, yeah, I'm gonna get here and play my 8 minutes. So what? I had 2 points. I'm gonna go in the G League tomorrow and have 52. Yeah. So I don't know. I think everyone's making it more than what it is. I feel like LeBron, that's probably weighing on him because he seemed very intense. Yeah. And Steven said, I did not reply. I didn't feel like it was the type of place. I said, say what you really mean. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah. I didn't know what to say. Yeah. He got me. He caught you off guard. Literally. I mean, I completely agree with you. Like, look, we've had a similar situation to this. It wasn't in person, but it was on social media. I can say, like, first, no, I understand like defending your family members. I've definitely watched my sister play basketball. If somebody touches her, fouls her, I'm up in it. Oh, absolutely not. I'm yelling. But I do agree, like, at the end of the day, like, this is his job, one. And, I mean, ESPN, they do things for clicks. They talk about Bronny for clicks. And he is not above critique. And he's not above criticism. He's an athlete. That's Stephen A's job. I think if Stephen A. only glazed Bronny, then you would be like, wait a minute. Be like, he don't know ball. He don't know nothing. Y'all would eat him up. Wait a minute. Why is he only being good? Like, I mean, I get it. At the end of the day, like, people always want to play the black man card. If we're being so, like, please be blunt. Please be serious. Who, like, demographically, majority of the NBA. Demographically, majority of the NFL. Like, can we be serious? It's not racially, like, motivated. And I feel like for our similar situation that we had, like, it was the same thing. Someone defending their family member. But at the end of the day, like, no one is above critique. We literally said this last week. We love Jacoby, but when he's not stepping, we're going to call him out and say, where are you? Change your username. Literally. You're guardable. Now, it may come off a little harsh than you guys want it to be, but not everybody is going to say it in such a, Jacoby Lane's a great athlete and we know he can be better. Come on. That's not how people are. And be so real. That's really not how people receive things. If you like, sometimes you got to add that little like, you could do better. That was weak. Come on. We know you can do better. That shouldn't be taken as, oh my gosh, they think I'm trash. Oh my gosh, they're hating on me. That's like, oh, they really want to see me succeed. So they're calling me out. Like, they're not going to let that slide because that's not acceptable. I'm like, you chose to be here. You got the opportunity. You don't get to just fall off and not work hard. I'm like, that's not okay. So especially them Twitter fingers. Literally. Oh, Jacoby, please put the phone down, please. But also, like, nobody's absolved of critique. Not even me.
on the show, not even me, at my job, wherever. Like, nobody's absolved from critique.
Like, in life, you're always going to get critiques. I'm like, since the day I was born, doing dishes, my mom said, is that clean? Look at that. Is that clean?
You see that spot?
No,
and, like, I understand, like, I don't think LeBron's wrong. That's his son. Okay, he stood up for his son. I don't think there's any wrong on either side of it at all. I think both were right. Stephen A., if he talked about Bronny tomorrow, I wouldn't mind.
Literally.
That's his job.
I think eventually Bronny's going to hear these things and be like, I do need to work hard. Hey, they're talking about me. Like, why am I playing with the Lakers in some of these games? I need to get out there and show them why.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I think this is just going to be used as motivation. I don't think he's hating on him. I'm like, I mean, that would be ridiculous. Everybody would call him out if he was really being a hater.
Thank you.
Real. I'm like, y'all, please.
Yeah, and Bronny, make your case. But I do think one important thing, like, as Stephen A. and watching him growing up, and even for our show, like, I think there's a difference between critiquing someone's game and critiquing them as a person. Yeah. Like, on this show, we've never, ever once said anybody's, like, a terrible person, horrible. I mean, Javante, we've called him out for his actions, but that's separate. But, like, rude, disrespectful, nothing. Like, oh my gosh, the Branch Brothers clip going crazy. Yeah. We said, Zach, this year, first year you came in, you did your thing. Second year, ghost. We get it. You can say,
to back that up.
Oh, you don't have a great quarterback. Well, Makai did amazing with the exact quarterback. Like, I don't want to hear it. With the same exact O-line, same exact QB. Like, okay. So you guys may not like it. We never said he's horrible. He's not going to do well at Georgia. We said we don't think he can. Yeah. You couldn't shine here, and someone here outshined you. But you're going to go to Georgia.
I'm like, and you really got to compete at Georgia. Be so for real. They get great recruits. Like, they get dogs. Like, you can't just come in and be like, oh, yeah, I did it. You know, I had a good first year at USC. And I kind of fell off the second, but I'm going to eat it back up. I said, you got to put your foot on the gas the minute you step in there. It's not going to be easy.
And we know Georgia is not wide receiver university.
Literally.
So, like, you know, let's be realistic. You're not going to get built up to be
right. You got to develop yourself, really.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not even trying to be mean. You know, like, the freaking D-line and defense is really big over there. So I'm like, don't.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people, like, came after us because, we're going after these brothers. No, we're not. We are calling it what it is. We're critiquing their game, not them as people. And that's just
could do that.
Life. That is sports.
But we could. But we didn't. But we didn't.
Yeah. And that's just the way that it goes. I mean, I don't think Stephen A. said anything like, take him off air.
Yeah, me neither.
But they're all saying he's scared, this, that, and the third.
I don't think he's scared. I think he probably wants to have a conversation with LeBron. But, I mean, I don't think he wants it. I mean, it doesn't need to be public.
Like, he got you. You ducked the smoke. I'm like, okay.
What is he supposed to do? Start arguing in the middle of the game?
Literally.
Like, let me tell you something.
So you catch somebody off guard.
Literally.
Like, you want me to just be naturally teed up?
And you're trying to, like, not, like, you know, set anybody else off.
Exactly. And you know, people literally sitting there.
Literally. What are you going to say?
Literally. Oh, y'all see that? Put your phone out. Like, on the court floor.
Yeah. I'm like, he handled that the best way he could.
Best way.
Just sit there and take it.
Yeah. I don't. You know, me, I would have been like, now? We're doing this now? But okay, Stephen
I got a couple things for you,
calm, collected.
Because my thing is, realistically, Bronny left 1 year in, barely played at USC.
Bro, we were saying, like, okay, given the chance to develop in the G League, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But you could have did that here, but you go to the G League. But you're going to the NBA dibbling dabbling, you're getting smoked, bro.
Literally.
You're getting smoked.
And you know that, so don't get mad about it. You know this.
It's just, I don't know, getting frustrated. But let's channel this frustration because, oh my gosh, I don't even want to talk about this. I totally want to avoid it. What? But speaking of frustration, UCLA won the Big Ten championship. I do not care. Like, I don't want to hear none of this nonsense. I don't want to hear none of this force down. UCLA runs LA. I don't want to hear none of that.
You lost twice.
Like, oh my gosh, it's so frustrating because, okay, I understand. You cannot beat a team back to back to back. It is difficult. But, and you know when people say, when it mattered, they won. No!
Everyone was saying that.
No!
That pissed me off.
Because, okay, let's be realistic. Y'all act like the first 2 wins that we had, that they were like saving themselves.
Yeah.
Y'all act like they was benching their players and like, oh yeah, like we gonna win when it matters. Nah, they was actually giving their best.
Home.
Thank you.
Like, you
with
lost
all your
at
best
home.
people on court.
Literally.
With all your best people on court. First game, second game, lost. So don't try to act like, oh, the third game, week 1 when it mattered. I'm so mad that we lost. I'm so mad.
And I was even like, I was like, oh, this ain't even a game. We just beat them twice. It'll be fine.
I'm so mad. Mind you, y'all know. Well, if y'all watch hoops, y'all know the Big Ten championship. Monday, take a break. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You're playing back to back to back hard teams, hard ball.
And I'm like, we just played them. I'm like,
so mad.
This was actually ridiculous to me.
So
I said,
mad.
okay, we're like in season champs, and then we get here,
So
we play
mad.
them all again.
So mad. And I was literally telling my friend, I was like, you know what? At the end of the day, if they don't win, that looks terrible to them. Y'all couldn't y'all didn't watch no film and say,
Literally.
okay, we did this so badly 2 times in a row. Like, okay, I'm not trying to take away their win, but I am. But I'm not. But if y'all couldn't win that last time, that means y'all didn't study no film.
At all. You had
nothing.
2 times. You said, okay, what do we do wrong here? What do we do wrong here?
So mad. And everybody on USC was playing their part. Malia, I think she had 10 points.
Was eating
up. Whole tournament.
Whole tournament.
Eating up. Defensively.
The defense was fantastic.
Whole
Malia
tournament.
8 down.
Avery was hitting her shots. Malia was hitting her shots. Juju, Kiki. It wasn't just your, I know Juju and Kiki, No, everybody was hitting their shots. Like, I was so mad because it was such a crafted game by us.
It was.
It made me so mad. Like,
it's like, I'm sorry, UCLA is not the better team. You
at all.
Don't get here and be like, oh yeah, we ate y'all up. You still
have
have 2 losses.
Oh my goodness, that made me so hot. And to see Kobe Johnson get his senior day, whatever it's called, jersey, raise it in the air and shake it around the crowd. Do 3 years mean nothing to you?
Literally.
3 years. It means nothing. Just, down the drain.
You're a traitor. You're a loser.
Like, oh my gosh.
It is not once a Trojan, always a Trojan.
And trust me, we don't claim John Humphrey. He's a Bruin. Yeah. We don't claim Kamari. We do, actually.
We do like Kamari.
But at the end of the day,
he is a
Kamari
Bruin.
did come here as a sophomore. No, as a junior. So, yeah, he did 2 there, 2 here.
He can pick
so
who
we
he
can
likes
claim
better,
Kamari.
you know?
John Humphrey did 3 years there, so we don't claim him. Kobe, wow.
After all we've been through.
Wow.
After all the ups and downs.
And even Cortland Ford, now he's a Bruin.
He still has eligibility? This man was here before me. He was here before me.
You're kidding me. No. I didn't know this.
He was here before me.
Wow. It's got to be 5th, 6th COVID year. But you know, Cortland Ford is a Bruin. But guess what? He was here more than he was there. We claim him. But Kobe? Actually, depends how Cortland acts. We'll see.
But Kobe gives villain. He's been waiting for this moment, I'm telling you. He gives villain so bad. Even when he got here, put up like 4-6 points or something and was acting like he put up 25.
What made me so mad was when he fouled out 5 fouls, 2 points.
Like,
read that stat to yourself, and I hope you sleep at night. And against us, 2 points.
That's what I'm like, what are you talking about?
In this recent win. Again,
I don't remember the last time you had 2 points when you played for us. 2 points?
Like,
that's it?
1 bucket. It was so sad to watch. I mean, oh my goodness.
That team is just getting beat up and beat up and beat up.
But y'all know I'm such a blind faith when it comes to USC men's basketball. We play Rutgers Wednesday. I think we can win. I honestly think, I don't care, Eric, what you got to do. Everybody turn their phones off. Everybody put the mics away. Say what you got to say to these young men. You know, don't be so polite. No, say, y'all suck. If y'all want to win, like, go in on them. Because we have said this countless times. They have talent individually and together. We've seen it. In this lineup, you know, I put a little screenshot because I was so happy to see our starting lineup. This is exactly what I said. Desmond, Wesley, Chibuzo, Rashawn, Saint. This is the starting lineup that I want to see. And we still can't put nothing together. I'm blind faith right now. I think we can go far in this tournament. But be honest. Do you agree? Honesty is the best policy here. I see your face. That's why.
I'm like, with the way they're playing right now, no. I don't think so.
I mean,
it's like if they play like they did at the beginning of the season when Saint was putting up points, Desmond, I think.
Say it again. Saint,
you got to put up points.
Saint.
However, I will say, oh, wait. I swear he had more points than that.
No.
He only had, no, when I saw them when they played Washington, I didn't know he only had 9. I swear he had double digits.
So close.
Saint, come on. I don't know what's going on with you. I really need Saint to put up double digits. Like, he was doing so good at the beginning of the season. I think that's where we're missing. I'm like, Rashawn has got here and cleaned up your act.
Yeah.
18 points against Washington. That man was, like, draining threes. I don't know. I made one comment. I said, if you know you're not a shooter, don't shoot them. Shut me right on up.
Yeah.
That's what you do. I make the comment, you shut me up.
Yeah,
okay?
talk about it.
I'm not mad about it. I'm like, as you should. Eat down. I'm like, but we all gotta pull our weight. I'm like, Chibuzo had 26 against Washington. Desmond had 25. I said,
and we were saying, Desmond, where were you?
Literally.
Came back. I think
everybody got to be on.
Like you said, if we look at just the last game alone, okay, only 2 people had double digits. Obviously, you can guess the 2. Wesley, Desmond. Everybody else, 2, 2, 5, 2, 2, 9. Like, we need at least 4 people with double digits. And we have shooters.
I don't understand. It's like when 2 are on, the other 2 are off. It's like we all can't be on at the same time. I'm like, I don't know what y'all need to do.
Terrence,
but you have to make...
I'm sorry.
I forgot about him. Jesus, Lord. Jesus
let me jog your memory. And for the OG Trojan fans watching, Malik Thomas.
Yeah.
Do you know how many points he's averaging?
How many?
19.
When given the chance.
19.
Malik, wow.
Y'all don't know Trojan Malik Thomas. We were like, okay, assist.
Yeah.
He wasn't that. He was great. Like, he was a great role player in that system.
I agree.
He was well needed.
Yes.
Like, Malik, Kobe, Boogie, Drew. Sorry, took a little minute to say.
Listen, he was. I told you when Boogie was off that year, Drew was holding it down. It's hard to believe, but I swear
Malik was perfect in that system, but he wasn't really shining. USF, 19 points per game.
I can't believe that. Wow. Sometimes you really gotta go somewhere else.
I was so shocked. I said, huh? Nah. Yeah. He got it.
See, that's how you do it, Kobe. You go somewhere else, you up,
Yeah, you upgrade. And now we need to get it. I don't know. I'm not the coach. I'm not a fly on the wall in the locker room. I would love to be a fly on the wall and to figure it out. Like, I don't know. There's some games, even Chibuzo, love the guy. He's a great 3-point shooter, as we said. But some games, he's just assisting.
No, I agree. Or it takes him too long to get into the groove.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, y'all, late in the third quarter, you want to be like, you know what, maybe I should start.
Like, he had 2 points against UCLA.
And I'm like, bro, with teams in a tournament, it's going to be too late.
Thank you.
You have to start off high. That's why I'm like worried, because I'm like, they've had slow starts. Everybody's not putting up the points they need to. So I'm like, if they come out like that, I don't think they're winning. If they come out with that lineup where Matt's on there and they're just kind of putting people in there, I like Matt, but no.
As a starter?
Yes.
I wish they would.
Sometimes he just does stupid stuff.
I wish they would.
That's why I'm like, Eric, what is you?
I wish they would. I love Eric. I think he's a great coach, but every time I see, like, if you do your research and you're saying this is a game Josh needs to be starting, I hear you. But it's times where Josh comes out quickly and you're like, did you do your research?
It's like, why would you even start him?
Right. And I'm not trying to question the coach. You know what they say? You don't even. Okay, here y'all go.
But I've been watching the game.
And it's perplexing.
Literally, you're wasting time and killing momentum
you're
at the beginning.
You're wasting Rashawn, bro.
Literally.
This man needs. And like we said, most of them are seniors. Actually, Saint may come back. I did see that. So.
Did he have his senior night? I don't think he stood.
He is a senior, but I think because he isn't going to leave, allegedly.
He either needs to come back or he needs... I think it's hard to transfer.
Over her.
So I would just stay.
For sure. I would stay. Saint and Terrence, obviously, because...
You have no choice. You hurt that hand, you got to come back.
But I don't know the rules for basketball. I know for football, I think you get 3 games, and if you don't use your redshirt in 3, you missed your year. That's why Bear was quick with it.
Ugh.
Quick. It's crazy. I was like, he's what? It's been 2
If Bear
games.
don't lead Oregon to a championship next year, I'm going to be on his ass. Like, I'm not joking.
I'm watching every Oregon Duck football game.
Literally.
Every defensive snap, I'm on it.
Mm-hmm.
Every.
And you better be out there.
You better be starting. You better have a C on your chest. I don't care.
And nothing better get past you. And I mean nothing.
You better have 10 sacks.
I'm telling you.
Four
be so bad, bro.
pressures. Like, I don't care. Like, this, I can't
Right.
believe it. But, I mean, if Saint comes back, sure. But what are you coming back to do? Like, you need to
Literally.
go out with a bang at least.
I'm telling you, he has to be going through something. I've never seen, like, so quick in a season where you just have your mojo and lose it. Like,
And don't get it back.
literally, I'm like, maybe he'll get it back for the tournament. I pray. But I'm, like, genuinely worried because I'm like, what's going on with you? And he seems frustrated, too.
Yeah. And I agree, like, even with Chibuzo, like, I do get frustrated with him at times because, bro, senior night, you couldn't tell that man nothing. 26 points locked in, tied his career in threes. But other nights, you're like against UCLA, 2 points. What are we doing here? I don't know. I think we can go far. We can go as far as they want. That's what I'm going to say.
No, I completely agree with that. It's so completely up to them, and I don't think they realize it. You have all the talent. There's no reason you can't beat Rutgers, but if you don't play the way we know you can play, you're not gonna win.
Yeah,
Like,
completely agree. And I think for the women, like, I'm glad we get a little break before, you know, the real tourney starts. I do think the Big Ten championship was sad that we lost, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't think anyone's counting USC out. Like, I do think it's frustrating that we lost to them of all people, but the season that we've had, the players that we have, and just the games that we've been playing, like our game at our tempo and our pace and people stepping up, I think we can go very far. Dare I say a ring?
Dare I say? I made that comment, and somebody was like, "What about South Carolina?" I said, "What about South Carolina?"
Like,
So
what
they're
about
not
us?
unbeatable? Literally,
What
why
about
y'all keep
us?
counting us out?
Yeah, and South Carolina has losses, mind you.
Literally.
But I also think, I do hope that, of course, everybody hopes this, that the tougher teams knock themselves out naturally. But I hope we have a couple games at Galen just like last year for the
I
free
know.
ski.
Or at least somewhere close, y'all. Like,
I love a good free game, though. Not gonna lie. Too much? Okay.
you know what? Put that $20 back. Okay, put it back.
But I will say, like, I'm very excited for the women. I'm very excited to see how far we will go. And men, please.
Someone step up, please.
Maybe I'll parlay. I'll put my money on Rutgers. I mean, we have the same exact record as them.
Literally.
I'll put my money on Rutgers and they lose. So then that, you know, they say if you
Yeah.
put your money on, I don't know. But we have the same exact record. We have shooters, Wesley, Desmond, Saint, you know, pretty good at rebounds. You know,
Saint,
we got this.
Saint, you got it. You just gotta, lock in. He know how to move the ball, but I'm like, he just looks like fatigued and weaker. But I told you, he's the only player that really throughout the season comes out the least. I feel. I always see at
What do
least.
you mean?
Like, I mean, he plays most of the game.
Oh,
A lot.
yeah.
I'm like, I don't know
Is
if
it
it's
stamina?
fatigue. Well, at the beginning of the season, I said he looked great. Now I'm like, I don't know if it's frustration or fatigue. But
Yeah.
I'm like he'll take the ball down the court, and I'm like, bro, you're getting it easily stolen from you. You're not protecting. And I'm like, are you just over it, or like?
Bro, we had like 7 turnovers against
Bro, the
UCLA
passes-
in the early. It was like 15 minutes in, 7 turnovers. I'm like, my goodness.
Y'all gotta learn how to get it together. Ooh, sorry, I'm trying to look at Saints, past points because he's stressing me out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I hope he stays for his own sake, not for us. Like, obviously, I do think we would benefit 1,000,000% from having him stay, but 9 points per game, you gotta pick it up. And Matt, oh my gosh, 2 points per game average. It's like
He missed like
what could have been.
hella games though.
What could have been. But when he's in, it gives role player. It don't give shooter.
It doesn't.
I really wish.
Every time I see him do the little, he's like, oh no, let me pass the ball. He do. Like, he doesn't look confident in his shot. I'm not trying to be mean, but he doesn't.
No, it's just sad. Like,
literally.
when you know someone's potential. Oh my, Shayla.
No.
Terrence.
I'm telling you, Saint need to stay here because I didn't realize he played for Big Sky Conference. I don't even know what that is.
I think
So
he's
I'm
been
like-
on 2 different teams.
Yeah, I'm like, but this is where you can really get eyes.
Yeah.
So you gotta lock in for real.
For sure.
I think another year here, raise the points up a little bit. You'll be good. You'll be straight.
And Terrence, I don't know what you got to do,
Terrence,
but do another year.
You better get a bionic arm and you better ball out because what the hell?
A bionic arm.
You have no choice.
I really hope he like uses little red shirt or something. But
I know.
if Jalen Shelley's basically outplaying Matt, then I have nothing else to say. But alas, I don't know. Did you have anything else to add? Sprinkling any other, free agency things that have you teed? Because Sam Darnold getting $100 million perplexed me.
That's actually insane.
perplexed.
That's actually insane. But if I was him,
Literally, I know he's young. I know he just went on 14-3 season, but $100 million? Okay.
yeah, pay me. Hey,
Okay.
that's what he said. The fact that you were able to negotiate that.
But like we know he's coming from Jay Jettas, Jordan Addison to Justin.
No, yeah. I mean, I don't know what they're expecting, but get your bag
Get your money up.
as you should.
Yeah, I don't. We'll see how that one goes. But anyway, that was our show. Macy will, wrap you guys up. And we'll see you next week. As always, like, subscribe, comment on the YouTube video. But if you have to, we'll see you on TikTok.
You know what? If you don't want to be harassed, and talk back to in the comments on YouTube, maybe just save it for TikTok and gather your friends to eat us up because they really do be, and it's hard to reply to everybody on TikTok. But as she said, y'all, we love reading the TikTok comments. We send them to each other. They're so funny. We really enjoy them. So feel free to comment down below. Say what you want to say. Our feelings will not be hurt. Trust. I'm gonna sleep good at night no matter what anybody says. But as always, follow us on Instagram, TikTok. Y'all know who we are. Look down below. Take her mic away. It's the same on everything, okay? Go check us out, please. All right, we're going to see y'all next week. Don't worry, I'm sure we'll have more things to talk about. It doesn't slow down over here. Oh my gosh, I see Bob Marley in the control room dancing.